Yo. Yo. Ooh, I thought I turned the music off. Oh, see, they had one creative player. I got my other one. We're on Regal. Eddie Guerrero. Chris Masters. Let's go Chris Masters.
Smackdown, welcome to all our North American fans from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm Michael Cole.
I should have picked
here
my
with
credit
Taz
character.
I'm telling you something, Cole. These Canadian fans are just as pumped as the fans in the U.S. This is going to be a great show.
You're absolutely right, Taz. There's no doubt in my mind that the Smackdown superstars are going to give Toronto the show of a lifetime.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy as well put together as the Masterpiece. He's a real work of art.
Well, I don't know art, but I know what I don't like. And I don't like Master's arrogance. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the middle.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now he's going to give them
Ha! Now that's the way you do it. Let your opponent know who the boss is.
Or you can just keep posturing and give your opponent time to recover. And there's the reversal. What a counter that was.
I gotta get my controllers back right.
And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
Reverse.
You're not kidding, Cole.
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him.
Okay.
You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Oh, jeez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz.
Well, it looks like this.
Here it is, Taz. He's building up a head of steam, and he's
That's
about
reverse,
to let his
bro.
opponent have it.
I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head, he'll get the heck out of there.
Reverse.
These superstars have been going hard all... Wow, look at that confidence. He's letting his opponent know.
Bro, I think I'm
who
playing the
boss is.
PS2, bro.
He'd better watch out, though. His cockiness could backfire in a major way.
There we go. All right, let's get something going.
I've been
Let's
locked
get
in this
something
hole before, and it hurts even worse than it
He
looks.
reversed
I
it.
can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hold must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it.
Get in. In the ring.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars
Get
face
in the
off.
ring.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate.
come
Look at that.
on.
That's going to go over
That's
both of the fans and
crazy.
build some momentum at the same time.
You really got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
Okay, I see. I need to
And
strike.
here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could.
There we go.
There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Cole.
Oh my, the submission hold is locked in.
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole. Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork
Wow.
involved, Cole. But if you're gonna be snippy, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago.
He slipped out of that one. He dodged that bullet.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions. He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
And that means you gotta either dig deep and find a way to break it, or you gotta just flat out tap out.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole.
What a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit. The longer
Gotta
you
hit the
stay in
master
this,
lock
the
one
more
time,
risk you
bro.
have for serious injury. I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out. Oh, come
No.
on, quit showing
How did he-
off. This is
how
supposed to
did
be
he
a
do
wrestling
that?
match,
Like, that
not a
move is-
popularity contest.
We've
That
seen
move
this
is a
before,
cheat
Taz.
code.
He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
They will not let me reverse it for some reason.
This superstar is all
Like,
fired
man.
up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, tell you what, one mistake and we're gonna see that fire go out pronto. Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that he wasted no time going for that pin.
All right, Chris Masters. Man, I want to hit the master lock one time.
No, I don't know if everybody's gonna be happy with the decision, but it's pretty clear who won that one.
It's hard to argue with a three's call. The ref counted the pin, and that's that.
Yeah, no doubt, Cole. If anyone's got a problem with it, they better hope for a rematch.
Big train rolling down the line makes me lonely. Sometimes I wish to ride away. Sometimes I want to ride away.
match is scheduled for one fall. On the way. And the opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 234 pounds, Chris Benoit.
Hey, long live Chris Benoit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside.
Man, you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar, I'm telling you. There's a whole lot of cheeseheads in the house tonight.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started.
Man, you talk about superstars and we ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at him right here.
And that's a potential.
He smells blood in the water, Cole. He's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match.
Nice quick counter.
He was one step ahead on that one. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the middle.
Rope break, ref.
And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
You're not kidding, Cole. Well, it looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move, in my opinion.
Well, come on. You just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a critical mistake.
No, but you can't give the opponent any time to recover.
Here it is, Taz.
Reverse.
He's building up ahead of steam.
And he won't let me
and he's
reverse
about
that
to
move.
let his opponent have it.
I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head...
That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
Come on.
Chris Benoit's a great technical wrestler, no doubt about it, I'm telling you. He's zoned in on that ankle. You know what that means.
The ankle lock. He's got it locked in, and there might not be any escape. This superstar...
There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap
That's so
out to
tough
this
to
one, Cole.
reverse.
You and me both, partner, and we might be about to see another one right here. What a reversal.
Get up, Benoit. Get up, Benoit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? He's a...
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him. You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this
crazy.
match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt. Oh, my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole. If your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left.
Yeah, it's gonna be over in a minute. Like, bro, why it's so hard to reverse?
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
come on,
that's-
Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You could be cruiserweight champ in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to
I
war.
get 'cause your leg
I
and
train them to be
something.
WWE
It gotta be the
superstars.
only way.
Well, thanks, but no thanks,
not
partner.
reverse.
I think I'll stick to announcing for now.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're gonna be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing costs you a match quicker than overconfidence.
What are you talking about? I see a dominant superstar who's rallying this capacity crowd behind him.
In a reverse is crazy. Like reverse, like he can't
Each
reverse
of these
nothing.
competitors is looking. He's going straight for the leg of his opponent.
And there it is, Cole.
That's it,
He's
man.
got that ankle locked in there, and he ain't letting go.
He's got this crowd solid. He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
God, man. You hate to lose a match by tapping out. You might as well say,
Here's your
quit.
winner.
Well, in a situation like that, you either tap out or risk hurting yourself badly.
Yeah, but tapping out can only hurt your pride and your reputation pretty bad. Cole, look, it's a tough situation all the way around.
And the opponent from Mississippi, the Alien.
Did they just repeat my interest? Oh my goodness. Man.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious.
my-
Oh, jeez, look at this. pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping
Like,
the
this
paying
move is
customers
literally a
happy
cheat
while you
code.
build some momentum, Taz.
Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Look,
Oh,
Cole,
man.
come
I
on,
did the
quit
wrong-
showing off. This is supposed to be a wrestling match,
Shining
not a
wizard, baby.
popularity contest.
We've seen this before, Taz. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
And there's the counter, Cole.
Man.
Oh, my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole. If your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left.
Great reversal.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had...
Look at that. That's going to go over big with the
Oh,
fans and
my
build some
goodness,
momentum
bro.
at the same time.
You really gotta watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like
That
this.
is crazy.
You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all
Reversals
along,
are
and now
crazy.
we see it paying
Like,
off.
this man reversing
There's the
everything,
submission
though.
hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one, Cole.
You and me both,
Golly.
partner, and we might be about to see another one right here.
Really? He gonna
He's
pin
3
me?
seconds away from a win.
Why you didn't make it a match? Oh,
Well,
it
it
is
looks
a
like
match.
they're
I'm
slowing the
tripping.
pace down a little bit here.
That's my
That
fault.
might not be such a good move, in my opinion.
Well, come on. You just can't keep going non-stop. He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
And that means you got to either dig deep and find a way to break it, or you got to just flat out tap out. Man,
where we going
you just
to?
can't put anything over on these fans.
My
You sure
goodness.
can. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only
Like,
one of
bro.
them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real
Man.
shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that
you
everyone
can
wins
tell.
so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it.
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to...
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, tell you what.
He could pin his opponent right here. I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off. He's got this crowd solidly behind him, and now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd, though, Cole. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion.
Here it is, Taz.
I ain't
He's
gonna lie
building
to
up
you,
a head
I'm-
of steam,
I
and he's about
suck.
to let his opponent have it.
I'll tell you
suck,
what, if
and
his
this
opponent's
online
got a
stuff
brain
is
in his
not
head,
making it
he'll
any
get the
better,
heck
like,
out of there.
They not reversing.
You know, instead of
like,
showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head into this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
I gotta regain stamina. He been beating me up.
When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no doubt that SmackDown's just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more, Taz. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it. But they just can't
There we go.
compete with SmackDown's finest.
Come on, Cole. I know you're just trying to be diplomatic, but you can't seriously sit there and say that there's anyone on the Raw roster.
I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. An injured superstar's like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
You got that right, Cole. This business is as
How?
psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponent think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't
I
consider
ain't trying
any
to
of
do
these
that.
superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get.
It's stamina, man. That's why I hate stamina.
Whoa! I think these fans have got a little something they want to share with us.
That's their right, Taz. They paid for their tickets after all. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train
Man,
you.
come
You could be
on,
cruiserweight
bro.
champion in like a year.
At the crossroads?
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war. I train them
Wow.
to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for
This could be 3 right here.
Bro.
Come on. That had to be 3.
Online is crazy.
You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz.
Bro,
And we've
can I
got
get
the
one
best
reverse?
seats in the house.
Oh, man.
By being
this
on the
is just
ground.
about the last hold you want to find yourself in.
I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here.
I know he was gonna give up. I already knew it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? These are WWE superstars, for crying out loud. They're the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, Taz. There's no off-season for them. There's no month or two.
I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this.
Oh my.
It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying
Thank you.
customers can't be wrong.
Top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground. He's going for the pin. This could be it.
You almost got the 3 right there, Cole.
Man, this dude reversing everything.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight.
Like,
You're
bro.
simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We
know
knew
my
it was going to
character
be
not that
physical.
good, but
I don't
man.
think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it kind of took me by
First
surprise,
stink on
Cole.
me, gang.
That don't happen too often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you, Cole, like they say, anything can happen
I
here in
can't
the WWE.
reverse a pin. Like, bro, come on, bro.
Man, this match is so good. It's even...
Oh my God! Look at the blood just pouring down his face.
Ha! I love it when these superstars just go in there and beat the holy high hell out of each other.
I don't know that I'd agree with that,
Hello.
Taz. I hate to see a superstar risk a serious
Shiny
injury
elbow.
like this. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole.
Of course.
The WWE fans ain't exactly known for keeping
Of
their
course he
opinions
just
to themselves.
grabbed the air.
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity radiating off these superstars, Taz. I don't think anything could be more obvious.
Spoken like a guy who's never been in there, Cole. Trust me, when it comes down to you or them, it's a whole different level of intensity.
I'll have to take your word for it, Taz. I honestly can't imagine a more electric atmosphere than the one in this arena right now.
Are you serious, man? Come on.
These
But he
WWE
did the
fans
same
just can't
move.
get enough of these superstars.
And my dude flew.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match
How?
isn't just about
Like, they would not let me
competition,
reverse
it's
this
also
move.
about entertainment.
On the mat, shoulders down. This could be it.
Man.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because it's...
There's the cover. I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not.
Man, he would've kicked me. Like, come on, bro.
Well, I think this one's
I
pretty...
think we're about to see a
I
high-risk
want
move
the
from the top
same
rope.
energy. Like, man.
You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for. I don't think the fans like that one too much. I'm sure this breaks this guy's heart.
It should. These
Are
fans
you
are the
serious?
lifeblood of WWE.
Man,
and
if
he
you
doesn't
don't
give
get up
a
off this
damn
ground,
what they
I'm
think.
done. But we got 5 more minutes ahead.
Here's the
bro.
pin.
You don't get up after
This
the
has
pin.
been a
huh?
real rocket bust
That's
of a match
crazy.
so far, Cole.
It has indeed. But I think this crowd would like to see these superstars pick up the pace a little bit.
What are you talking about? This is some classic old school wrestling here. Picking your spots and waiting for your opportunities. I think we know which way this one's gonna go, Cole.
Actually, Taz, from my perspective, I think it could go either way.
And what perspective would that be exactly? The perspective of somebody who has a neck that resembles a stack of dimes?
I think we might be looking at the future of the WWE in this ring tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit, Cole. This is a great match, and the fans are way into it.
And that's what really matters. If the WWE fans aren't happy, they'll let you know it.
I wish I had my other character.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're gonna be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical
get up
pain
off me, bro.
is that much worse.
Emotional? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the
These
disappointment
verses are
radiating off them.
trash.
It's not a pretty sight.
Like, bruh.
I don't think this is just a match anymore, Cole. This is getting personal.
Well, what do you expect? They've been beating the hell out of each other all match.
Yeah, but it's more than that, Cole. I don't think they look at each other the same way after this one.
Run.
I gotta tell you, I didn't expect these guys to go off on each other the way they have tonight. This has been brutal, this match so far.
Well, Taz, it's not ballet, you know.
Oh, really, Cole? Gee, here I was wondering what happened to the pointy-toed shoes and the frilly little skirts. You know what? Maybe I should go check your closet.
He reversed him. Man, this game here.
Man, what a match.
Like, bro, I
Kids,
know
if
how to
you're watching
reverse,
this,
bro.
Don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not.
Hey,
These
man.
are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
No joke, Cole. These
That gotta
guys
be the
know what they're
crossroads.
doing. Hence the word, there's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans, Cole.
You're right about that. Without the fans, we'd all be out of a job.
Yeah, I'm done after this.
I'll tell you, all the WWE superstars are
Right.
legit tough guys. But these superstars are really raising the bar here
No
tonight.
way I can't
There's the
reverse.
pin. Can his opponent kick out?
I've been looking forward to this. He can get the pin right here. Oh, man, I can't believe that wasn't 3. These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're gonna win a match if you're out of gas 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent.
Man, come on, bro. Why you?
Wow, listen to that chant,
I'm
Taz.
literally.
I'll tell you what, if you got the crowd on
Thank
your
you. That's
side
what we
or
did the
against
first
you,
time.
it makes a huge difference, believe me.
Of course. Of course.
Man, Cole, I don't want this match to end.
I'm with you, partner. But it's got to end sooner or later.
Well, whichever way it goes, no one can say that these superstars didn't give it everything they got.
I don't think anyone in this match has even considered
Man.
that they might not
Man,
walk out
come
the winner.
on,
I'm sure they
man.
have it, Cole. That's the kind of attitude that gets you beat quicker than anything.
What a submission maneuver. You must be familiar with this one, Taz.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, it's better to give than receive. It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight.
He's going for the pin. And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chance.
Wow, talk about cutting it close. That was almost free. I gotta say, Cole, when I first heard about this match, I wasn't sure what to think. But these superstars are blowing me away right here.
Really?
I love it. Talk about rubbing your opponent's face in it.
And I keep
Yes,
thinking
but
I'm
this
playing
might not be
Here
the
Comes
smartest
the Pain.
course of action. This
I
match
keep
is
hitting
far from
dialogue
over.
buttons. Hey, thank goodness I'm tired.
That was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, only one superstar could pick up the win.
Here's your winner,
I mean, come on. You got the free
the
count and then
Alien.
I can't argue with that, Dad. The referee counted the man and called for the bell. You can't ask for a more decisive victory than that.